Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's get into Married at First Sight season 15, episode 2, Whole Wife for a Whole Life. This episode was boring. We saw two weddings. This episode was boring. For those of you that are brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video, and then hopping in the comment section where it's always a very lively conversation, we'll call it. Stay respectful, but it's always a very lively conversation. So let's go ahead and talk Lindy and Miguel. So if you are brand new to my channel, I do dedicated videos for each and every couple. So that way, if there's a couple that you are not feeling, you don't care anything about, you don't have to listen to commentary about that particular couple. And then it's just easier for me to take notes, I guess, on the episode. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. All right, so Lindy and Miguel. So Miguel is worried about one of them feeling like they settled when they first see each other and they're in this marriage. So Miguel is telling his friends that a lot of times when people are in a marriage, there's always one person that likes the other way more, and there's always one that is settling for the other, which is very true, right? In a relationship, there's always going to be one person that likes the other way, way more. So that's what he's kind of worried about while he's talking to his friends, while he's out picking out his tux, that ugly ass tux that he picked out. Like, why can't anybody just wear a nice traditional black tux? All the tuxes have been awful so far. So Lindy is picking out her dress and she's finding something wrong with each and every dress. Like the slightest thing. And her people that were with her, I think it was like, might have been her mom and like a sister or a friend, they're feeling like because she's an overthinker, she's overthinking it. She's putting too much stock into finding the absolute perfect dress instead of finding a dress and, deciding on it. She's overthinking, what if he doesn't like it? What if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? But we learned in the matchmaking special that Lindy is an overthinker. What her friend is most worried about is the fact that Lindy did grow up so sheltered. She grew up, like a 7-day Adventist, I think it is. If it's wrong, I truly apologize. But her growing up like that, being so sheltered, she's worried that Miguel might feel like she's kind of delayed in some aspects. Clearly Lindy doesn't have the social skills that a lot of other people have, and it's because she did grow up. She said it was only 2 of them in her 8th grade class. So when you have someone that grows up that sheltered, there are certain things that they got to later in life. So a lot of her like emotional maturity, social maturity, that type of stuff is super delayed because hell, she's not used to being around people like that. She got a super late start. So hopefully it works out for Lindy. She eventually settles on a dress after the wedding dress attendant at the store, or the sales clerk, was like, close your eyes, think about your wedding, think about your perfect day. When you see yourself, what are you wearing? And she was like, this dress. So that's the dress she's going to go on to pick. Lindy's not going to get on my nerves. So then we have Miguel. His friends were talking as if he was not there. I thought it was a voiceover. So his friends are talking about how, Miguel has a tendency to let people walk over him. And this one friend is going in. But while he's talking, we see Miguel come walking out in his tux. And I was like, is the editing off? What is going on? Lord have mercy. Miguel is like, you gonna keep talking like I'm not here? I said, Lord. Like, and they were talking in third person, didn't even include him in the conversation. But we keep hearing the same thing about Miguel, that he's a person that gives people chance after chance after chance after chance to hurt him, and chance after chance after chance, and it ends up hurting him in the end because he's the one that's suffering the most. So, hopefully it works out for Miguel. Miguel and his friends. Oh, it's not Miguel that's annoying. It's his friends. So he's getting dressed. And that one heifer from the Dungeons and Dragons thing in the first episode is one of his groomsmen. And I feel like she is thinking of the absolute worst thing ever that can go wrong constantly. And it's like, I get it. We want to be optimistic, but we also want to be realistic about this. This girl, the woman you're marrying, may not like everything that you like, but I feel like she was going for the gusto. She did everything but say, what if the heifer don't have no legs? And it was like, Sally, or whatever your name is, chill. So his friend gave really good advice to him, one of the male friends, the older guy, that was like, try not to shut down if she doesn't meet everything on your checklist, because you know a lot of these people go into this process, and even though some don't come out and say it, they have a long list of like requirements that they're looking at, and if that person isn't checking off every box, they're kind of writing that person off in their head. And Miguel is probably a person that he likes to do things by the book. And by the book, I mean by like his book. Whatever book he has, whatever checklist he has, whatever order of events that he has planned out, he wants to stick to that. And if he can't stick to that, then it kind of throws him off. So his friends are like, do not check out if what you want doesn't happen right away. You know what I mean? So hopefully Miguel doesn't, and it does work. So I wrote down that his lady friend wants the marriage to fail, and I think she does. Do you secretly want Miguel, sis? What's tea? Like, stop it. You are there to be supportive. Realistic, yes, absolutely. Let's have a little bit of realism about ourselves. But at the same time, your job is to be there to stand by his side and support him in what he wants to do. And you are not doing that. You're doing a very bad job at that. So then we have Lindy, who is saying that she wants someone that's going to encourage her to be her with all her awkwardness, her weirdness, but also wants someone that's going to let her know when she's doing too much. She was like, so it's a bit of a balance that person has to kind of navigate through. Lindy seems like a lot. She doesn't seem annoying, but she definitely seems like a lot. So she's sitting around talking to her mother and like her brother, sister, friends, and such. And she is thanking her brother for walking her down the aisle. Her father did not support the process, so her father said he would not be in attendance. And see, this is how you keep the ball rolling, Kristen. This is how you keep the ball rolling. You give people the opportunity to be there. You don't ambush people and then try to put them on the spot. Because that's what Kristen's doing with her dad. And I think it's fucked up. I think it's a foul thing to do, to put that man on the spot like that. So when they're at the wedding, and they come down, they see each other. Her family was super, super impressed by him. His family seemed to really like her. So far, everything's good. Her family said that she finds beauty in everything. She's the kind of friend that if you lose touch after a while and life brings you back together, it'll feel as if nothing has ever happened. They threw in that she is a doctor, okay? And when they threw in that she was a doctor, um, now the little heifer, Miguel's friend, was like, oh, okay, yeah, girl, mind your business. Where is your person? Where is your spouse? Cause you two in Miguel's business right now. So, Miguel's people, and I really wish they would stop doing this, but Miguel's people said that he is like the missing puzzle piece in your chaotic web of life. And I said, oh, I feel like they were doing too much. But long story short, they said that he's the guy you call when you need support. Basically, he's a really good friend. He's a genuine person. He's somebody you want by your side. If you have a crazy invention or a crazy idea, but you truly believe in it, he's going to be the first investor. He's just a really good friend. So They get married. They seem to really like each other. Nobody, turned up their nose or anything like that. Things are going really, really well for them. Afterwards, and everybody goes and always gets a little champagne. And while they're drinking, or while they're toasting, Miguel puts out this little die. And I said, he puts out the dice. And he was like, "Do you ever play Dungeons and Dragons?" And she was like, "No." And that would have been me. I don't play it. I don't play it. She was very respectful about it though, like, but he explained it. And he was like, "Yeah, so like we would do this," and we would be like, "Okay, what are the odds that she's this?" And he explained it so fast. And I was like, "Miguel, why is that in your pocket, sweetheart? Why is that in your pocket?" I feel like that's something you should have brought out at the honeymoon. Y'all are sitting around, laying in bed. You guys are talking, getting to know each other one night. And then it's like, "So, what are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do?" Then you can say, "You know what? I enjoy Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you know about it, but this is what it is. You know what? I have one of the dice with me. But for you to have it in your pocket at the wedding, it's giving me that kid that has to take like the Woody from Toy Story down everywhere he goes." That's how I felt about this, and it made me uncomfortable. I have nothing against him playing Dungeons and Dragons. I have nothing against him if he does cosplay. I do have a problem with that being the very first thing that you want to talk about at the wedding or after the wedding. Let's talk about a couple other things. But all right. So she then asked him, "What does he do for work?" And he said, when I said, "What are we earning? What are we earning? What do you do for work?" It should come tip of the tongue. You ask me what I do for work, I can tell you right on the spot what I do. I'm not gonna I can tell you my job title, I can tell you the company. It's not going to be an issue. He stuttered and then said that he is a drug dealer. And I'm sorry, but I never think that joke is funny. I never think that joke is funny. She was like, he said, "Oh no, I'm in pharmaceutical sales." So he has a PhD in neuroscience. He said science was kind of boring him, so he went on and he's a medical writer. She said that she is someone who works. She's a physical therapist, but she says she works from home. I have friends that are physical therapists. I would like to know how you're working from home. We need an explanation. I would like to know how you're working from home. But she said that because she works from home, or because of her job, she has the flexibility to see patients, then take some time off so she can go travel. He said, "Cool. All I need is Wi-Fi to work, and we good. Take me with you on all your adventures." So far, so good with them. Do I think they're gonna last? I don't know yet. She seemed okay with him talking about his Dungeons and Dragons off rip. It didn't turn her off about it. She's happy that he has like a hobby and something that he wants to do. He did mention to his friends when they were getting dressed though that he would be kind of bummed out if she didn't like want to learn more about it and maybe even play the game with him. You don't have to be bummed out about that, Miguel. As long as she's okay with you doing it, well, and she's not like, dogging you because of what your hobby is, go have that time with your friends and have some fun. You don't need her to go. That is your hobby and that is fine with you. Don't impose that on her and don't let the fact that she might not want to do Dungeons and Dragons like keep you from like wanting to get to know more about her. But that was Lindy and Miguel. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. What you thought about their wedding. Do you think they're gonna make it? Do you not think? If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.